I'm often asked why people should choose to work with me over another provider support function that they might find somewhere else. And the reality of it is that I don't think in the same way that a lot of others do about the things we tell ourselves in childcare. I have been around this block a number of times and I can be quite objective about the things that I see in the sector. We find that there's a particularly negative narrative about childcare in general, and that a lot of the things that we are talking about I can view in a different way. One of those is the notion of affordable childcare. Affordable is one of these things, one of these words that we use all of the time. It's in the government guidance, it's this thing that we talk about it ourselves all of the time, but in reality, what is affordable? If it was affordable, it would have to be free for everybody, and we all know the problems that we've got with any kind of free notion in terms of childcare in this country. But what I like to do is to actually have better discussions with people. We find that we don't trust each other in this sector. We don't talk about the things that we tell ourselves all of the time. We don't unpick them. We lean into each other and we repeat a lot of the same stuff that we hear other people saying. We set prices by committee, by asking others what they do. We don't trust ourselves to know really well our businesses and to be able to take that forward in terms of the next steps, the things that we do every day and the way in which we think about our businesses. So in reality, working with me is that you're not going to hear the same stuff that you'll hear from elsewhere. I will challenge people on the things that we become like urban myths in our sector, and I will ask people to think differently. I do take a positive approach. I hold this sector in the highest possible regard, but I want you to do that yourselves. I want you to start thinking differently. I want you to challenge those everyday assumptions that you have about the way in which we do our work, and I want you to challenge your everyday assumptions about yourselves. I want you to feel differently. I want you to think differently, and I want you to think more positively, because through that, our whole industry changes. Through us believing in ourselves, trusting ourselves, striving to be better, not repeating the same stuff over and over again, we actually build a better sector for ourselves, so that if I was to come back into this industry 20 years down the line, we're not having the same conversations that we are today in this sector. We've actually got change happening, we're thinking differently, we're moving forwards. And that is why people should work with me, because I'm going to challenge you to think differently. I'm going to help you to think differently. And I will help you to change the way in which you think about your business, about our sector, and the work we do every day.